Welcome back to another episode of Aussie Bucking. It's been a while since I've spoken behind the camera. We've been a sort of a hot old summer, you could say, and we've been pretty busy getting some work done and doing general chores. But in the meantime, I've finally purchased my own splitting machine. We decided to buy a red gum after much researching. There is another brand, I think Super Axe Tyson, is it? Yep, from Victoria, that we just couldn't afford, and it was a bit hard to talk to the guys and also get it delivered into Queensland. They're a long way from us, Victoria are, 2 or 3 states away. They're the 3rd state away, but it's a fair distance to get freight. But this did come from Melbourne also, and it gets assembled in Melbourne, but it is a Chinese, as much as we know, a Chinese splitter. We've done our research and we couldn't find really where it was made. They keep it fairly secretive on that part of it, but it has got a Honda motor, a GX 200, which is about 6.5 horsepower, which is plenty. It does a really good job splitting. No need for more horsepower, no need for any more pressure. It's a 32,000 series is what they say it is. It must be part of the kilograms pushing of the axe, the 32 or 30,000 kilograms. It's a 30 tonner, which is bloody quite substantial. It's a really good pressure cutting. It has no problem at all cutting, as you can see. But there's not much to say about it because it's a bloody good machine. You would have seen in the last videos a while back us doing a video on a bush ranger, and it was okay. It did the job, but it is a cheap version of it, probably half the price or a bit better than half the price. But it isn't as good as this thing. This doesn't strain under any circumstances trying to split. The other one used to strain and carry on. So in long-term, I think long-term usage, it would have a lot of trouble with it further down the line, I'm going to say, in the future, because it just doesn't do it as easy as this one. So I really can't say much about it. I wanted this bench set up here because it's just that right level. I thought it was too low for a start, but when you actually start operating, it is perfect. It's a perfect position. Also, with this little lifting mechanism here for big rounds to get on. If I'm by myself, I will have to do it by myself, and this lifting arm does it perfect for me. You just roll them on, it lifts it up. It's pretty quick. It does the job very well. It'll just save your back in the long run. So the only thing that I would like to see and speed the process up a lot more, it's that powerful this thing seems to do the splitting so easy, is to have an axe either side, so to have 4-way split. It seems like it could do it, so why did they do that for? Maybe it just can't handle it, but I would like to know if people have done it and what results they're getting from it. This bench here is just your splitting bench where all the material goes onto, or you throw them. It's a little bit light, I'm going to say. It's removable. It's got a couple of little lugs underneath here that you remove, and you pull it out of the road for travelling, because this folds over and it narrows everything down. For if you want to put it in the bush or put it up the road, you can do it. So it just narrows it all down. It's a good idea, but it is a little bit light on this part. The mechanism here is good. It's a good height. It's very usable. It's got when the axe returns back up, it automatically cuts out, which is good. But I do wish that they had, when it comes all the way up, that had in the hydraulic world of implements, farming implements, they have a stopper built into it. I wish that they have adjustable stopper. So if you're cutting 400s, it wouldn't have to go all the way up. It'd come down to 400s or 300s, whatever. Instead of going all the way up all the time, it just like let them stop. It cuts the hydraulics out instead of it going all the way up. So you'll see me using it, and when I'm using it, you've got to keep your hand on here to stop it all the time. Otherwise it'll just keep going up and it's just wasting time if you want to be really efficient at it. But otherwise it is really good machine. We paid about $4,500 for it, which is a fair bit, but I think long term it'll pay for itself. As you can see, we've got a fair bit of timber here, and we do a lot of splitting and we sell it on, so it'll soon pay for itself. And also we've got a hot heater in our house that we use all through winter, probably 6 or 7 months of the year we have that on, so we soon burn some timber up with that part of it too. As for moving it around position to position or taking it in of the shed, it is really easy. You can just do it by yourself. You don't need a ute, if you're on flat country that is, and not too wet, but you can move it around on hard ground. It is very removable. The jockey pulley is very good on it. I have no problem with that. The hitch is good on it. This bench stays very clean, or every now and then you just got to wipe it off, but it stays really clean. Nothing gets choked down here at all, like that bush range used to get choked and start doing some damage to it. This one here stays fairly clean all the time, and a quick wipe off and you're away again. So it's been good, that part of it. So there's a couple of things that I've noticed, or not really, it doesn't really matter too much, because the engine is forward of everything else, and the blocks or the rounds or the timber cannot fall on it and harm it. And I've had a few just come over here and bump on the little guards here, but it's really nothing at all. But what it probably needs is a bit more of a cover here on both sides maybe, but that's as much as I've seen that is a defect with the design. That's it. So I'm hoping that this video can help you decide which splitter to buy. After much thinking and much procrastination, we decided on this one. We're very happy with it. So I hope it's going to help someone decide further down the track to make the right decision on a splitter, log splitter like this one. It is a bloody good one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next round.